This is a video about running comparables. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to have your subject data on hand. So let's go to the subject data, 207 Browning. So this is like the subject data here, right? So this is what we're going to use to run comparables off of. This is just an example, right? But we'll be going back. So it's currently it says 3 bedroom, 1 bathrooms, 1128 square feet. So the first thing you're going to do is when you log in, you're going to go to sign in. Maybe it works. Okay. And then we'll just log in. Now we'll go to residential. So search residential. Then we will go full. Then we will, from the status bar, we will click everything that's active, under contract, that's in backup position, or that's sold. We'll come down here to property type. We'll go single family. And we'll scroll down. And we'll go total square feet. We'll go 300 square feet below and 300 square feet above our subject property.
Okay.
So our subject property has 1,128 square feet. What's 300 square feet below that?
That is 890.
Actually, don't even know. I'm not very good at math.
900.
1128 minus 300. 828. 828, so that's what we'll put here. And then we'll also go
1420.
Yeah, 1428. 1422. So 300 square feet below is 828 and 300 above is 1428. And we really won't apply anything else besides that. It's just those, the single family, and the square feet, right? That's all we're worried about right now. Then we'll start running comparables. So what we do is we go to view map. We click this little circle thing. And then we click set radius and location. And we'll do 1 full mile in a radius.
Yeah.
And we'll put in the address 207 Browning Ave, Salt Lake City.
Ooh, that's cool.
Right? So the red represent all of the homes that have sold in the last year,
Yeah.
over the last 365 days.
Mm.
The green represent everything that's currently active on the market. So that's our subject property.
Mm-hmm.
And we're running comparables on something that we've already flipped, right? But usually this blue dot won't have anything there because we bought the property off market.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not. So you'll just have, there'll just be a blue dot of where your house is, right? So, the things to note is that when you're talking to sellers or agents, and let's say the agent said, yeah, why don't you give me an offer on the property? And then you say, well, give me a ballpark. Give me something to work off of, right? If they give you a ballpark and they say, yeah, they'll take anywhere from 300 to 320, somewhere in that range, right? You have enough data there to then go and run comparables off of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have like a ballpark, you're kind of going in a little bit blind, but that's okay as well. I'm going to show you both approaches, right? So let's say they tell you between 300 and 325 is what they want for the home, okay? So you're looking at other homes and you're like, 450, 515, 497. What's the difference between 300 and 497? It's 197,000, right? You're kind of looking around, you're like, interesting, this might be something to work with. 375, 450,
350 top right.
350, 425. So, you're looking at all this stuff and you're like, oh, okay, this is interesting. It could be something interesting here. So from there, you're going to want to find at least 3. Maybe you can sometimes get away with 2 if there's not available. You want about 3 comparables to run off of. Okay. So again, what's the ballpark range they told us?
3 to 325.
3 to 325. Surface level, it kind of passes already.
Yeah.
If all of these homes were selling for 300, 200,
Yeah.
high, 3, or low 3s, you'd probably like high 2s, you'd probably like look at it and be like, I already kind of know that this isn't most likely a deal, right? But the homes that you're going to be running comparables on, so are already kind of past that first test, right? Just in general, you look at it, you got even some up here that are in the 5s, right?
Yeah.
5 and stuff like that. So you're looking at it and you're like, sweet, I think we might have something here. So then you look at 515, and what you're trying to find are again 3 properties that are fixed up. Okay. Sometimes it gets a little bit tricky because not everything is fixed up, so you work with what you got. But this one looks like it was fixed up, so you click on it, and then you look at the photos. You're like, okay, maybe. I mean, it's clean and stuff, so
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the greatest flip, We've got stained carpet over here and stuff.
Yeah.
So, but it's still sold for $515. Honestly, this is not a very good flip. I can't believe this thing sold for $515. But anyways, it's sold for $515. So you'd write that down. So you'd write down on a piece of paper. You'd write down $515,000. That's comparable number 1. Okay. And again, you're trying to find like the highest solds in the area.
Yeah.
What's another one that's kind of higher, kind of in the close vicinity around?
I wrote it at 497.
497. Let's click on it. Good. So 497. So you're looking at it, scrolling through the photos. Yeah, I mean this one's flipped.
Yeah.
It's clean. It's got some nice cabinets, some new paint, flooring and stuff. Still not the best, but not too bad, right?
Yeah.
So that's number 2. So 497. And we need one more. So give me one more that's sold. It's close. That looks like it's. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at this one. And if we look at it and it looks dated, then we probably don't want it. But let's just take a quick peek here. Oh no, this one's fixed up too. Okay, this one's sold for $450. So we've got a little bit of a range here because all 3 of these are fixed up. We have a range. Sometimes that makes things a little bit more difficult. Why do you think that is? You got 515 all the way down to 450.
It's a broad range, I guess. It's too broad. It's like
right.
you can't. It's hard to deal with
it makes
500, a low 500, and then all the way to a mid 400, I guess.
Because what is our objective right now? What are we trying to figure out? We're running comparables to determine what? The seller called a postcard, they're like, give me an offer on the home, right?
Yeah, we're looking for the rock bottom price or the best price.
Looking for
For
the best
both
price,
of us.
right? But what is the ultimate goal? What are we gonna do? Like, if someone buys this home from us, what
Oh, we're gonna sell it.
we're gonna they're
We're
gonna
gonna-
sell it.
Yeah, they're gonna
once,
sell it,
once they fix it up, right?
and we want to, I guess. It has something to do with like how much we buy and sell the contract for, right?
Yeah, exactly. You're on the right track. So a seller or so a buyer, they need to sell their home for as much as possible, right? And you're hoping that there's comparables that can justify it for what they sell. Because when you go to sell your home, you can't just choose any random number. You have to sell your home for what others in the area are also selling
Yeah.
for, right? So what makes it sometimes difficult is when there's too big of a range, because then it makes it a little bit questionable as to what it can actually sell for on the back end. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So if you're like, okay, maybe it'll sell for $450, but also it could sell for $515. That's a very wide
Yeah,
range of it, right?
It's
As opposed to if you had 3 of them at 500, it's more certain. It's like
like a solid like everyone's selling for this, so we can do that.
so that's more sure. But
Yeah.
but you work with what you got. So we've got 3. So we're gonna take the average of these 3. Do you know how to figure out the average of 3 numbers?
You add them together and divide it by the number.
Exactly. So go ahead and do that if you have your calculator on you. So we got our first one at 515,000 plus 497,000
Mhm.
plus 450,000.
Mhm.
Divide that by 3.
My bad. I just did the numbers.
Oh,
550 plus 497 plus 450. About 487.
487,000. Okay, so that's our average. 487 is our average.
Yeah,
So-
average.
So that's our average. So now you know if some just surface level, someone says, I want 300,000 for the home, and you know the average, if someone fixes it up, can sell for 500. What's the difference between that and or 487 and 300? They say they want 300 for it.
187.
187,000, right? So now what we're trying to determine is if that is a big enough spread for someone to make money on.
Mhm.
Okay?
Okay.
So
Yeah.
is that enough?
Yeah.
Right?
There's enough room.
Because what does the buyer now have to put into it? How much did I spend on the flip?
80,000.
I spent 80,000, right?
Mhm.
So let's go backwards from the math. Okay? So here's my calculator. I'm going to give you access to this.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, it's not 300,000. It's 320,000 is what we bought it for.
Yeah.
But then let's just say that because that's what they were asking.
Yeah.
So we agreed to their purchase price, 320. Now you don't have to worry about some of these costs right now. I'll explain what they mean later.
Yeah.
But you usually have $3,200 in upfront hard money costs. We're factoring in. Let's factor in 5 months from start to finish. Sometimes you do 6 months, but let's just do 5 months of cost there. We said $80,000. So all in right now, our total investment is
423,000.
423,000. Now someone has to also factor in what it's going to sell for, 487. And then they have to factor in other costs, like, you know, if you list the house, it costs money to sell it with an agent. You have to pay an agent to sell it for you. So really, someone is going to make $48,990 if they sold it. Okay, so now one thing to consider is that can we bake in an assignment fee to that, right? So then we think, all right, so it's not 320 because we're going to mark this up to sell.
Yeah.
Can we mark it up to 340? Because that would mean someone would still make $27,000.
Yeah.
Right? And how much did we make?
20.
We made 20. Someone could still make 27 on the flip. Do you think someone would buy that?
Probably.
Yeah. There's a good chance someone might buy that. Okay. Tell me if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, it makes sense.
Make sense?
When you do the comparables, you get the average to see how much room we would have, and somebody else would have to buy and sell.
Yeah. So here's a quick rule of thumb. Okay. Sometimes you don't have time to run the full thing and determine. You don't even know how much rehab costs will be, right? It's like because like on the other one, we're only doing $5,000 on the flip, you know. So you yourself as Tony, oftentimes, especially starting out, you're not going to know. You won't be able to do these numbers backwards because you won't know a lot of these, you know, the repair costs, and you're not going to know yourself, you know.
Yeah.
So the easiest way to do this is to take the average. So what's the average? 487.
Yeah.
And then you multiply that by 60%. So 487 times 0.6, 292 is about where we would want to be.
Mm-hmm.
No, it can be a little bit higher. Let's do 47 times 0.65. Okay, that's 65%. You can go up to 65%. Ideally, you'd want to be at 60% to bake in our fee, right? But if we're at 65%, you know, 316, again, we mark it up 20 from there.
Mm-hmm.
You know you can offer the seller 316. And if they said, I'll take 320, see if you can get them down another $4,000, you know?
Yeah.
But if not, we're still in that range. This is just kind of a ballpark.
Yeah.
Does that make sense how to do
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
So what's the formula?
It would be
Purchase price, or it'd be after repair. So we call that the after repair value average.
yeah.
And what was the average of those three?
487.
487. And what do you multiply that by?
You multiply that by the percentage that we would.
You'd multiply that by 0.65, and that gets you approximately where we want to be. Okay.
So 0.65 will be after the average and everything will be where we want to be.
That's where we want to be.
Okay.
Yeah. If you can get it to 0.6, even better, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if they're like, give me a number, you know, or even if they gave you a number, you know, ballpark, right? They said 300 to 320, and you're like, wow, this is showing me 316. You might have something there.
Yeah.
Tell me if that makes sense.
No, 100%.
100%?
Yeah.
Now you can also, if they're like, I'm not telling you a number, you tell me a number, right? You want to shoot for 0.6 just to get a little bit lower, and then they might come up from there, and you might get up to 0.65, right? Once you end the negotiation, which is still fine, right?
Yeah.
We might still get there. Got it?
Yeah. Yeah, when giving a number yourself, you can work from 0.6 to 0.65.
Yeah. And if they give you a ballpark, you still know somewhere in that range of 0.6 to 0.65 is where you need to be.
Yeah.
Got it? So that's it. That's how you run comparables.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Got it? Like
Yeah.
it's not always that easy. Sometimes you'll get a comp and you got one up here. Oh, sorry, it's not showing anymore. Sometimes you'll have like one up here, and then like one down here, and that's all you got to work on. It gets harder. It gets a little bit tricky. That's when you come and ask me, like, hey, I can't figure out what a comparable is on this. Then we'll run it together and we'll try and see if we can figure something out. But essentially, that's how you run a comparable.
Oh, okay. So you grab the three highest and find the average,
Yeah.
and from that average, you would try and shoot for the 60%
Yep.
or 65%.
That's it. That's how you know. It's that easy, dude.
If you don't have those extra numbers, that's what those percentages
Yeah.
are for.
Once you get better, when you start understanding about rehab costs and stuff like that, then I'll show you that calculator and how to plug it all in and stuff like that. Then you get a really dialed in number, you know, and then we have better numbers that way. But just like kind of rule of thumb, just 60%, 65%, up to 65, between 60 and 65% where we generally want to be.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah.
All right, so I'm going to stop